and welcome to Midnight Hour's epic unboxing video. Today we're going to open this package that contains
the proof prints of the hardcover version of Battle for the Realm Trilogy.
Are you excited? I'm excited!
So we're gonna open it?
Yes! Let's go!
Okay, here we go. Let's open this package. This is the collector edition version and the original book of Battle for the Realm, and the cover art is amazing. The book is 182 pages and it contains 3 linked adventures. So let's look through it together. This is Adventure 1 and the map of Eastern Farraway, where all our adventures are set. Here is a flowchart of the adventure and an illustration of the player's friend Bjorn Amberclan. The adventure starts at Whiteport, where they meet the archmage Octavia Dragonborn and also have the possibility to buy planar adventure gear. The first adventure takes place in Shadowfell, where they meet this lost little girl, Elsie Smedsdottri, that some people might recognize from other adventures. Then the characters have to travel across the desolated moor Bleakmarsh before they arrive at an abandoned castle. And oh my gosh, this map is glorious! This is Castle Whïsperia. The map is made by Toby Lancaster for this adventure, and it looks amazing with all the tiny little details. The castle is obviously haunted, as one would expect. And here's an illustration of the fallen paladin Leandre Blackheart, who is imprisoned in the castle and which the characters have to decide if they are going to help or not. If the characters solve the adventure, they can destroy the relic that will close the portal to Shadowfell and restabilize the arcane magical weaves again. Here are the new magical item, Shadowfell armor, and a new monster called Soul Leech, which is slightly inspired by the horrible leeches that I met in Borneo ages ago. This is Legend and Lore, where you can read more about the history of Castle Whïsperia. And this is the appendix with how to scale the adventure and the player's version of the maps. This is the second adventure, 3 Witches and a Missing Princess, where the characters are traveling to Feywild. And again we have a flowchart of the adventure. The adventure starts in Winterhold, where the characters might have been before if they have played the previous adventures. The characters receive a couple of different messages with a new quest before they hit the road again. This is a map that I made with the demonic encounter that they have on their way, and if you look carefully you can see that one of the demons didn't make it through the portal before it was abruptly closed again. This is Morgie the goat, which is actually inspired by a pet goat that my first D&D character had. We read the rules wrong and it was actually absolutely lethal. Anyway, the characters will leave the material plane and then they arrive at Feywild, where the adventure starts. Here are a random list of effects of the Feywild and how this realm affects the characters. Then we'll meet my favorite character, Morgie, which is a brave dormouse paladin, and his trusty rabbit steed, Hannibal Fluffington. And this is Viveka Svaveltand. She's a wicked witch whom the characters will meet in Feywild. And here's her mandatory witch's cauldron, of course. The characters get to choose between 3 different missions, and the first one is to help Viveka Svaveltand. They have to find a wishing well which is located on the Summer Court's land. The second mission is to help the Fairy Godmother with her task. And here's a map of the winter cabin that the characters will find deep in the Winter Court's land. And then we have the Tooth Fairy quest and her somewhat dubious tea set. The characters have to cross the Autumn Court and a pumpkin field before they reach their destination. And here they will meet Vesper, the ruler and only member of the Twilight Court. He was actually an NPC for the Band of Badger game that I DM'd. If the characters solve the adventure, they get Queen Titania's wand, which is a powerful relic that they need to destroy. Here is the pumpkin monster that I made for this adventure, which is slightly inspired by the Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the new magical item, a witch's grimoire, which is really cool. And here is the legend and lore, where you can read more about the different courts in Feywild with this lovely illustration. This is the third adventure in the trilogy and the cover looks pretty cool. Here is a flowchart of the adventure. We'll start in Northwind Gate this time, at the cozy inn The Wanderer's Ward. Here the characters can choose to form an alliance with one out of 2 NPCs before they leave the material plane and travel to the Abyss. The Abyss is an unhospitable desert area filled with demons, and the environment is slightly inspired by June. When the characters arrive, they find a most unexpected tavern in this demonic realm. The innkeeper is this merry halfling called Corander Snuggletoe, who runs the tavern together with a sinister fiend called Alimora Feldark. The tavern serves different types of demonic drinks, and later the characters get to save the tavern from a demon that has recently been paid and wants to spend all his gold on drinks. And this is the demonic drink list. You have the Dirty Devil, Hangman's Blood, Fell Whiskey on the Bones, Hell's Bells and other drinks, together with a DC check to mix the drinks. Then the characters have to travel across the Abyssal plain to Desmona's necropolis. On their way they have to fight rocks in a narrow canyon before they reach the necropolis. This is the chaos-inspired dungeon map that I made, which I think looks really cool. The characters have to find their way into the inner sanctum lair, and they have to fight scorpions and other undead monsters, as well as solving a rather complicated puzzle. If the characters are successful, they will reach the inner sanctum, where they will face their old nemesis Malgonath, an ancient Marilith demon, and her loyal henchmen. But it doesn't end here. No. The characters have to step through the portal and into a raging battlefield. Here is a battlefield random encounter list, since all kinds of things can happen during a siege. There are 3 different ways across the battlefield before they can reach Malgonath. Okay, this is insane. This is really insane. Just look at this concept art. Let's look at this in close-up. This is the raging battlefield where the armies from Eastern Farraway are clashing with the demonic hordes. These are our 4 reoccurring heroes in the books. There is like raining fire from the siege weapons, and mages are casting powerful spells. You can really smell the soot and smoke and blood, and hear the demons roar and commanders shouting orders. It's pretty awesome. The final battle has different endings depending on the character's choices and if they succeed or not. If the characters defeat Malgonath, they become legendary heroes of the realm, and a month later they travel to Hammersong to meet the young queen and receive their reward. They also meet several of the NPCs that they've met previously during the other adventures in Eastern Farraway, such as Bjorn Amberclan, Ian von Boulderstock, Edna and Osil. They also meet Ninian and the Thieves Guild leader from Northwind Gate, as well as the twins Zaki and Neil Buttercup and their mechanical assistant Scrappy. And this is the end of the entire Eastern Farraway Adventures campaign and all of the 5 books in the series. This adventure also has a new magical item, the Blade of the Abyss, with this really cool illustration. You can read more about Desmona Necropolis, and here's a new monster, Ancient Marilith, which I illustrated. She got multiple attack actions, lair actions and legendary actions, so she's actually absolutely lethal, to be honest. So well, yeah, this is the Compendium Elsie's Extensive Planner Guidebook, with all the unlocked stretch goals from the Kickstarter. We got these planner-inspired magical items. Here is a chapter with high-level epic spells that tie into the adventures. This is an NPC from my game with our old D&D group. He was initially a henchman called Leffe. I also added the imp Brim, who is my warlock's character's familiar, and he made it into the book. We also got otherworldly potions. I really like this illustration that I made with its tiny little castle in a bottle. This is a new monster called the Weave Crawler. This is a chapter with extra planner locations, with places that you can drop into your ongoing campaign, if you like. And then we have the Legend and Lore, which is about different planes and the magical weave. I'm really fond of this illustration, it looks so cool. And in the final chapter we have more adventures and quest hooks. And I had to add Sparkle Gem, which is a tiny cat that lives in Octavia Dragonborn's old mage tower in Winterhold. And that's it. These are all of our books, and here is an epic banner with a list of all the people who backed the collector's edition books and everyone else who backed the campaign. We couldn't have made this book without your help, so an epic thank you for your amazing support. I hope that you will like this book and have fun running the adventures. Thank you so much for helping us create Battle for the Realm Trilogy.
Thank you so much for making all of these books happen. If you backed any of the Kickstarters, we love you a lot. And thank you for your amazing support. We hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will play the adventures. Get the books, they are available on our website. And enjoy Eastern Farraway. Bye!
Bye!
Hello and welcome to Midnight Tower's new unboxing. No! It is tilted.
It is tilted.
I think it's tilted.
So are we.
You can tilt the other way.